they decide to go for further education in terms of a post-graduation degree, be it PhD, be it Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Bhuvanyu and first of all I'd like to thank you each and every one of you for liking the videos, for showing your support and subscribing to my channel. Today's video is actually something from my own heart and I decided to share my own personal thoughts on it. So what's the video on it? Basically what I want to share is how our education system is failing us. And in terms of failing us, I mean to say it is creating broken individuals with no skills to actually how to be able to face real life scenarios or become more and more practical. That's my point. And I'd like to elaborate on that. Essentially, what I want to say is education system was put in place to create skilled workers and be able to separate a skilled worker from an unskilled worker. That's the very primary reason why education system was created, to somehow have a workforce that is skilled, that is knowledgeable and that can use that knowledge to apply that form of creativity to go forward. But at this moment in time, we are facing a simple crisis which is not allowing these individuals to actually become skilled enough to get placed or be able to use that knowledge for their benefit and get some form of return out of it. That's it. So what my point is about, education system right now at this moment is rewarding those for your capabilities, not of creativity, not of creating and forming your own opinion, but for copy pasting. Education system wants you to copy the knowledge, paste it in your mind and then utilize that by memorizing it on a piece of paper that is your exam sheet, your exam answer sheet. That's the first problem. There is no form of segregation for those who have some form of a differentiated skill. What I mean by that is everyone is judged on a similar level of parameters. The skill set that you have been given are your subjects. These are the subjects that you've got. You have to learn them, you have to memorize them, and then when the time comes, you have to write it all down on a piece of paper or just spout it out in front of your examiner or the one who is going to be judging you. Instead of sharing your own thoughts, what you actually got by learning from that very specific thing, it does not allow you to evolve from the knowledge. The very thing is that, see, let me tell you, how does learning happen in your brain? You are given a specific set of facts, information. Now what you do is, with that information set, that facts, you allow and utilize that by integrating it into real life scenarios or utilizing it by forming your own thoughts, creativity and using that in that manner. But right now, in the education system, what's happening is you are fed information, given facts, and then you have to go out there and write them all down as it is. That is the very problem with the failure of our education system. Moreover, since the judging parameters are examinations or assignments that you have been given, you are supposed to stay within the lines and not stray out of it. Because if you stray out of the lines or try to somehow use the system in an out of the box manner, it will not reward you because there's no meritocracy in this system. The only parameter that will ensure your success in a school or the education system or your college or the institution is to score good. What will happen once you have scored good? There is no answer to that. There is no given output towards what happens when you have scored good. Okay, so what I mean to say in that scenario is success is not ensured when you are scoring good. Your knowledge or what you have learned, the skill, is not being put to use once you have graduated or actually moved forward. In that scenario, education system is creating flawed individuals passing out from the institution with an illusioned outcome or a fantasy with what the real world will offer you. And this is where most of these college and school textbook scholars often end up failing, because they have no idea as to how the real world functions or how their knowledge is going to be used. Why do so many of these textbook scholars are actually not so much heard of, or they are more or less failed in that scenario? What happens is these people are not actually capable of finding the solution to the problem that they are facing, the practical solution, because this is not what you were taught and you were straying within the lines by reading information and putting it out as it is. So what will happen if you are continuously straying within the lines, using an information and then just putting it out as it is on a piece of paper, or just telling it to your examiner and getting good scores out of it? You will have learned no valuable skill which you can actually provide value to somebody, your prospective employer, or if you want to start a business. In that scenario, that's what happens. And this is the very comfort zone for many school toppers, scholars who are getting very good scores, very good grades, but they don't understand the implications of their knowledge in the real world. Moreover, I actually know engineers who are taking up delivery jobs for Swiggy or Zomato, which is an unskilled worker job, which, although I would not say that I would demean them, but that is what it is. It is an unskilled job where you're not using your skills or the value you have learned. That's why you need to understand the value of skill has to be at the utmost. Now coming back to these toppers, what happens is they are not able to cope up with the scenario of real world to be able to provide value and learn and use that information that they are learning in the real world to apply it efficiently world that is out there. So they decide to go for further education in terms of a post-graduation degree, be it PhD, be it any other form of post-graduation degree, be it MBA, which is the most commonly sought after degree after an engineering institution that students have graduated out of, or be it a BBA college where bachelors actually went for studying, but they decided that they are not yet worthy of the skill that they are required, so they go for a further education in MBA to continuously stay within the environment which is creating an information based learning where you're not forming your own opinion or actually having hands-on experience on the way things are being done in the real world. That's why I would always say that education system is creating flawed information. You 5 years from now, when you have graduated or actually moved out of the institute where you actually got your skills and learned from, what will happen is you will have retained no knowledge of what you learned there, because you actually never used that in the real world. That's why it is of no longer use an education system which is creating an unskilled worker. Not a skilled worker, but an unskilled one. And this is why many of the people are actually dropping out of schools and colleges and starting up their own businesses or becoming more freelance-based consultants. This is the growth of the industry towards workers is being done because of the education system. So please keep that in mind whenever you are thinking of an higher education system or an education system which everyone else is following like a sheep. I hope you got value from this video. I'll see you for the next time. Don't forget, I love you all.